Whose Views switches universes now for our latest Blake 7 review.
Welcome back to Whose Views, and we are back. We are resuming, at last I hear you cry, our reviews of the British classic, the other British classic science fiction, Blake 7. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Whose Views. It's great to see you. I am here with Richard, with Lex, with Graham, and with Andy. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming back to start all this off again.
It's great to be back.
It's good to be back. Definitely good to be back.
And as you can
I've been
see,
looking forward to this for some time.
So have I, Andy. When I was in my hospital bed, this is one of the things I was thinking of. Oh God, we're falling behind with Blake 7. Where, as you can see, what we're doing here is in this episode, double whammy for you, because yes, we are looking at episodes 9 and 10 in our review this evening. Project Avalon and Breakdown. So I'm dead chuffed about that. What 2 cracking episodes to come back with as well, guys.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Really, really good stories, and they just, I probably have to say they're probably one of the best episodes of season 1.
yeah, yeah. I'd go along with that. I've got very little. Well, I've got nothing negative to say.
No.
Oh, well, this is going to be a short show then. No. Let's have a look in the chat, everybody, and see who's joining us so far. We've got Stephen Braddock with us. Hello, Stephen. Hi, everyone. I've just watched both of these cracking stories. It's proper British sci-fi drama of a bygone age as well. We were just saying in the green room before we came on, Steve, we're never going to get this quality, this caliber of British sci-fi again, sadly. It's of its time. It really is. We're going to say hello to SM, SI2UI. Hello, SM. Hello from Canada. Well, hello to you. Lovely to see you. Hope everything's all right in Canada. Nice to see you. PTA's with us, Paul Ashworth. Howdy all. Well, howdy.
Howdy.
Our very own Kirsty, Lady of the Chat, is with us as well. And she's reminding everybody that if you want to get in touch with us, you can. It's whoseviews1@gmail.com. Thanks, Kirst. How are you, lovely? You've been busy today. Yeah,
She's always busy.
She's very busy, I tell you.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on those chit chats, AJT. Get on those chit chats.
Absolutely. We've got Derek Hart with us as well, saying good evening. I'm surprised during the run there wasn't a crossover with Blake 7 and Doctor Who at the time. Well, don't mention crossovers to me because I'm sick and hear of it. but you know, during this, you know, as we get into series 2, we're going to be probably bringing that up a little bit more because, you know, series 2 is, of course, now available on Blu-ray. I'm sure all you Blake 7 fans out there have already got it. We have all got it. We are going to be making our way to reviewing series 2 as well. But when you start to watch it, there's these little bits and pieces of going somewhere it never went. Interesting. You notice it straight away, actually, from episode 1 of series 2. We've also got Funky with us. Hello, mate. How are you? Hi, all. Is everyone down safe? Yes.
Down and safe.
Down safe. Steve Braddock has also changed his avatar now to the Liberator. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, the good ship.
Good.
Like that. Yeah,
something that this one here knows all about. We're looking at that as well. And it's standard by 8. And hi, guys, teleporting down with the one and only Mark McIntosh joining us. Nice to see you, Mark. I'm sure you've all got lots of memories or comments about these 2 episodes, so please make sure you are telling us in the chat. Georgia Donald is with us as well. Hello, lovely. How are you? It's good to see you. So basically, we're going to start with Project Avalon, and we're taking you all the way back, everybody. Steady. To the 27th of February, 1978 on BBC One, where 9.7 million people tuned in to watch Project Avalon, directed by Michael E. Bryant, written, of course, by Terry Nation, as the first series was, script edited by Chris Boucher, designed by Chris Pencil, and produced by David Maloney.
Good names there.
These are huge British sci-fi names, aren't they? That, you know, only us would know. They're not we, wouldn't we? All of us knew what they were doing. And Project Avalon. And I have to start by saying, guys, that to this day, Project Avalon is one of those episodes of Blake 7 that I remember vividly as an 8-year-old. Everything about this. So when I rewatched it years later on video, I remember going, yes. It's exactly as it was in my memory. The sets, the different layers of story in this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's things going on, Rich, isn't there?
A lot of things going on, and the thing about it is, there's something that you see with, say, for instance, Project Avalon, the pacing of the script. It just keeps a nice pace. It doesn't go slow and you lose interest in it. It's constantly moving forward, and from the get-go to the final conclusion, it's so well written. And I think this is something that modern writers need to take into heart.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't know about the guys, but I think this is a perfect example of how to do a 45-minute to an hour drama properly, because this is one of the. I mean, by this point, Terry must have been exhausted. Out these scripts. Come on, he must have been. But this is so good, isn't it? This is
What I thought was quite a brave thing to do was to make Avalon female.
At the time, for the time, you mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's the point.
Being a male, it's a female, which not the usual kind of thing for that era as such in some ways, but it was quite a brave move.
Yeah.
And I thought it was quite an interesting take on the character, not a male but a lady. Yeah.
The question I've got to ask is: did a certain Mary Whitehouse have an issue with her scantily clad tied to a bench?
If she did, I haven't heard anything. But it's actually quite a good point, isn't it, for the time though that you're making there, Graham? Because everybody would have thought that Avalon was David Bailey or who turned out to be Chevner.
Yeah.
Blake 7's done this. It's got a track record with Servalan.
Yeah, good point.
And without too many spoilers, there's a series 4 episode where everybody thinks the villain's some wicked bloke, and it's not.
That's one of my favourites for series 4. That'd be 2 years' time by the time we get to talking about that. It's outrageous, isn't it? Oh my God! Yeah, goodness me, I love that one. That's one of my favourites. Yeah, but no, I mean, it's a great point that as well. But this is a time that is looked at now by people, not necessarily in science fiction, because we know better. Because we were there. They look at things like Doctor Who and Blake 7 and things that were going on at the time, or there were no really good female parts. But Avalon, it's not a bad part. It's not the strongest part it could be. It's not as strong as Servalan, who's also in this. But it's not a bad part, is it, guys?
Is this the first? At all. It does the job. In fact, she's strongest as the Android version.
Yeah. She's better at the Android, isn't she? When she's herself, she's a little bit wooden, to say the least. But the Android is. Is this the first time Blake meets Servalan?
Yes.
Person.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I was trying to think. Isn't it?
I haven't, because this is only Servalan's second episode.
He didn't meet him in the first, did he? Yeah, I'll try and remember. Yeah.
Although Jackie Andy is so strong, you wouldn't think that, would you?
You wouldn't. No. It's particularly now when you look back on it, you don't twig. And I was actually watching a season 2 episode not long ago. Not a good episode, I have to say, but I won't mention that for now. And then I went back to watch Project Avalon in preparation for this video.
Yeah.
And suddenly you could see the difference between a weak episode 2, series 2 episode, and this one. The direction was superb. The amount of money they spent on the sets and the extras, superb. It really filled the screen, this one.
You can see as well there was where Terminators copied ideas from.
What you mean? But robot wise, I can't remember.
Robot wise, the Android.
I've seen Terminator, but you know what? I can't remember.
well, later on, the scene where they pick up with that gentleman from the planet, and he gets bumped off. Very Terminator vibes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Funky's saying to us in the chat, Project Avalon was the first of the first episodes I saw, but it was the edited version on BBC Video with Seek, Locate, Destroy and Duel as a movie version. I always hated that video. Do you remember that VHS, guys? I never
had it.
Never had it. Didn't know it existed. Be honest with you.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was to test the market, but it was before they did all these things where they realized through the Doctor Who sales, oh, we can sell episodes, we can sell, people will buy them intact, we don't have to trim them.
Yeah.
But I saw this funky, it was bloody awful, wasn't it? A mate of mine had it on VHS. We sat and watched it one night, and the two of us were so annoyed at it because it chopped change and it made no sense shoving these episodes together. It was bloody awful.
They did that in the 90s with Power Rangers. They edited them, spliced them together, and you could tell what's going on here. You know,
they did it also with Space 1999.
Oh, those TV movie type things, they were bloody awful as well. Steve Braddock was saying, it's been so long since I've seen Project Avalon, I forget about the twist. What a surprise! I think you mean there, Steve, don't you? The robot. Yeah, we didn't see that one.
The robot.
The robot's good, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the sound effect as well.
Yeah. Just to let you know as well, Who Views, you can comment on obviously all the two versions that are available, the original version and the new version on the box set, the Blu-ray box sets, the new updated versions with the beautiful model effects, the beautiful new spacescapes. It's just wonderful. But one of the little things I liked about Project Avalon, guys, was that they did when the Avon takes off the thing on the androids.
Yeah.
And they've made it a little bit more subtle now. Rather than a great big yellow patch or blue patch. It's lovely. Yeah.
It's sympathetic though to the original a little bit.
Well, I think it is, yeah.
But it's a lot smoother.
When they put it off on the original, it reminds me of the android invasion in Doctor Who. It's the same kind of effect.
Yeah. And yet, at the time, 1978, I remember being very impressed with it. They go, oh, wow. Funky's saying Avalon is Terry Nation firing on full thrusters. It really is. And hello to Deep Burrito, who's made it. It's good to see you, Deep Burrito. How are you? Welcome to this, our Blake 7 reviews. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, you were saying, Graham?
Another thing, change the subject a little bit, but when talking of the torture scene, when you've got Avalon being tortured, imagine the poor actress and that strobe light flashing in her face.
My word, yeah.
I was watching it, I'm thinking, oh my God.
I was thinking the same thing, because do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Scam Machine they've put me in over the last few months. One of these big... And you put you in these machines, and I just thought, oh no! And I was looking at it, going, oh God, I know how she feels. And then that strobe light, I was like,
you can hear it going tick, 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 and she's trying to act while this thing.
He's trying to act opposite her as Travis,
And you can see her trying her damnedest, try not to look up.
Yeah,
because she's just doing her eyes in.
Yes.
Yeah, it must have been.
That's true, because she got her head tilted to deliver her lines all the time.
Yeah,
and she'll hardly ever back like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I did feel for her. She suffered for her art in that, didn't she?
Just a tad.
One thing we have to mention about Project Avalon, he says, looking at his notes, because I made a lot of notes for this show, guys. Oh yes, I did for this and the next one. This is the first time we get to see Glynis Barber.
Oh yes.
What elaborate? Do you know what? I have to say, when I was originally watching these things, when she comes back in a couple of years' time for Series 4 as Sulin, I never clicked until much later in the run.
So that it was her.
I watched it, and it said.
Because I was looking at it. I was looking at her eyes, and I'm there going,
"Is it or isn't it?" Yeah.
Sure. Is it just
somebody who looks like it? Hides the features,
I caught on 10 minutes. I said,
you're better than me.
That's it from that cop show. I said,
yeah. But it's lovely. There she is doing a different role, not knowing that a couple of years later she'd be part of the crew. It's quite nice. It's really nice to see it. But she's playing she's playing a mutoid, isn't she? And by this point, the mutoids. We've got used to these sort of weird characters, the mutoids. It's a shame they didn't continue them as much later on in seasons. I think there's more to explore. But the other thing that's missing for me, can I just say, I miss the Cybermen, quite honestly, because of course they go in Project Avalon to film at Wookiee Hole, where Revenge of the Cybermen was filmed.
Fantastic location.
It's a beautiful location, but do you find going, oh yeah, that's where that happened in Revenge?
Yeah, definitely. I keep looking for Bogans.
There's a scene where the mutoid drops onto the guard when they're ambushing the rebels, and she drops down, and I saw that's where where two of the characters in Revenge of the Cybermen are walking up the steps with the bombs tied around them.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But she doesn't. But the person who drops down isn't a woman. it's a male stuntman.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
couldn't have
catch
Brennis
that.
jumping off. They had to get one of the stunt blokes in, didn't they?
And then,
But,
later on, you see the same stuntman who he attacks and knocks him off, and then he falls down when he shows his face, and he's got his gun against his neck. And then it's the same stuntman, poor boy, who ends up getting thrown into the ice cold cave water.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Earning his
Stuart
money.
Fell. That's Stuart Fell.
Yeah,
Is it?
Because I recognised his face in the furs when he pulled his mask off.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's a great thing. As Stephen Braddock was saying to us there, though, the scene of the massacre in the cave was brutal,
Oh,
echoing episode 1. It
Mm.
does, because,
Very
again,
bleak, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, episode 1, even at this point where we're looking at episode 9, is still standout, the strongest of the series.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
completely its own drama, episode 1, isn't it? By this time, it's got a little bit more traditional format, if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
So to have something like that coming into this story, Project Avalon, it does make you just go, oh, and sit up a little bit, oh gosh, it's not anything else I've been watching. This is its own thing, because it wasn't afraid to do that.
No.
I thought the bit when at the very start, when the informer, he basically begs for his life, doesn't he? And they just callously shoot him. There's no. It's like, wow, this is pretty bleak, isn't it, for that time of the evening? But it's just of its time and brilliant. Really good. How they just like so callously like gunning down and stuff like that. And I'll tell you another thing I liked. I know it's really dated, but I love the little ball, little ball with the
virus.
Yeah,
virus
if you
thing.
watch it without
It's
the
lovely.
new effects, it still works. It still holds up very well.
Yeah,
It does,
I love
doesn't it? It does. There's a whole bag of them as well at one point. All these glowing ping pong balls. It's really nice. This is the thing about this story that gets me, though, is there's so much to it. So there's one part which is set on the ice planet, which is where the Wookiee hole things are shot. So you've got that element, which is also tying in with the setting of the prison where Avalon is captured and held. Then you've got this thing about the Liberator and what's going on at the Liberator. And then you've got the ending, the whole epilogue, really.
Yeah.
It's quite.
And I noticed in this one, I don't know if I imagined it or misread it, but it strikes me in this particular episode, especially, the focus has gone from just not trying to just get Blake, it's trying to capture the Liberator. Capture the Liberator. Blake is, obviously not as well, but they want the ship, don't they? The Federation want the ship.
That's right. Yeah,
I
think it must be mentioned for the first time.
Yeah,
there's something else happened in that speech when Servalan came in. I love the direction when she walks in and she just drops her furs.
Oh, that's
even noticing, even looking at them, knowing the Mutoid's going to pick them up.
Yes,
that's great direction.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And Jackie does it so well. But the fact that the fact that Michael E. Bryant makes that into something by his shots. You see it taking it off. You see it on the floor. You see the mute. It just sets the scene for how powerful she is and what she thinks of herself. And
that's their program as well.
Only a second appearance, Lex. So it's really bringing it home that this is a very big character.
Yeah, definitely.
He makes it quite clear that Travis, if he fails, it's not going to be an option, doesn't she? The way, I can't remember what she said, but it's such a cutting. You're left with no doubt that you've got to deliver the goods. You really have to.
Yeah.
This is where this relationship with the Stephen Grief version of Travis is brilliant, I think, because you've got this. You've got this power struggle going on between the two of them, and it's so political from Servalan as well, because she says along the lines of, I can't put my support or name to this unless it's a massive success. And at the very end, because it's not, she says there's going to be an inquiry, and basically she says, I'm having you.
Basically,
There's a scene with Travis, isn't it? With Servalan, and Servalan tries her charms on Travis, and he's not having it. Like a romantic thing. He says, "Oh, get away from me!"
Yeah. Again, that's great for Travis, because Servalan tends to do that with men, because she looks on all men as being weak, and she's right, quite frankly. Here she would come along as this beautiful woman, and she can use what she knows is her femininity to make men weak, and she can utilize them and use them the way she wants them used. But Travis knows the game.
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting, isn't it? Steve Braddock is saying to us, Jackie Pierce commands every scene in Avalon. She bloody does. She's just amazing from the moment Andy said she comes.
In any story, really. In any story.
And then Mark is saying to us, guys, this is the last appearance of the infamous flame-throwing security robot.
Really destroyed the set.
That flamethrower.
It'd be sadly missed.
Not really. And Travis knows the Black Widow when he sees one, says Funky.
That's a good description. Very good
She
description.
is, isn't she? Andy, she's the archetypal man-eater.
Oh, shit.
And yet she's not interested in any of them, really. She's just using them to get power. She's playing power games all the time. It's fabulous.
Is it Jenna or Callie who asked at the start of it, is there intelligent life on the planet? And Avon comes, is there any on the Liberator or something?
Yeah.
Avon's quite isn't it?
There are some fantastic lines in this again. And, again, between Villa and Avon, we've mentioned this before, haven't we, guys, on the show in previous episodes now. I still find it fantastic in retrospect. I don't know what you think about this, but in retrospect, looking at the Avon-Villa relationship, Avon seems to be really peed off at Villa all the time and yet amused by him, but yet would dump him or murder him at the slightest notice. It's incredibly complicated and beautifully played between the two of them, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. The slapstick and the one-liners and the sarcasm that Avon comes out with is just brilliant. It is really, really good.
Yeah. And that passes for humour in this show. Yeah. But at the same time, it's not belly laugh humour, it's sarcasm. But it really works.
So it's quite raw, isn't it? It's quite cutting and biting the way he puts people down. And you can feel what I like about it is no one's very nice. They're all kind of like bitching and having a go at each other, and they're all behind each other's backs talking and stuff. It's not a straightforward hero,
Oh no, image, you'd never get these lines on the Enterprise, would you?
No,
you would not. It's like this line from Stephen that's reminding us where Villa says, "I've got a weak chest," where Avon says, "And the rest of you is not very impressive."
And he also says before that, he says, "Me, it's cold." I
must admit, can you imagine though when they're filming it in the studio and they've all got all those big furry hoods on, those big woolly jackets? It must be really hot under those studio lights before they go out on location. And you've got Gareth Thomas, and he's like woolly hat on, he's always all furry jacket and stuff. They'd be sweating buckets under that.
That's why Jackie gets rid of that coat before. No. But it's very interesting. I mean, this ice planet they're on as well. I just want to point out that in the new edition, the FX, as we've said before, and as we will continue to say, are wonderful. Absolutely stunning. And I love the new edition of Project Avalon. And I've watched that a couple of times now, the new edition. But that opening that they've put in there on the new edition of this ice planet, absolutely gorgeous. More than the footage of the Arctic or wherever it was, that you would normally get. This is absolutely beautiful. But it also ties in with all the upgrades, the visuals of the Liberator, the beautiful visuals of the pursuit ships. Definitely. Absolutely fantastic. And it just enhances it. It's as though they've made it yesterday, Blake 7. If you
it's got a little bit of a Hoth vibe to it, Planet Hoth vibe, with the planet.
Oh yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
that's a
plan. Quite the snow beast at any moment.
Yeah,
a one point from the landscape, something like that.
Yeah, Adrian's joined us. Hello, Adrian. How are you? Project Avalon is one of my favorite episodes of season 1. I have to agree. I absolutely, really do. It's a standout episode. This one,
I'm sorry. I like the way the ending doesn't tail off, does it? But I found when I watched it, the rewatch the tension mounts, even though you know what's going to happen. I've watched it numerous times, but it's so good. It's so good. It's such a clever way it's done, isn't it? With Blake calling their bluff sort of thing, and Travis and Servalan exchanging looks and not quite sure what the command is that's going to cause the virus to be to be spread. Brilliant ending.
I've got this about this thing. There's a couple of things I want to get off my chest. Firstly, I want to know, why does the Liberator leave orbit when it detects the pursuit ships, the Federation pursuit ships? Why? This is supposed to be, at this point, the most powerful ship in the universe. So why wouldn't it just turn around and zap them?
It's 3 pursuit. Right, okay. 3 pursuit ships. So if you remember I think it was Duel. I'm not sure. But anyway, there were 3 pursuit ships, and they managed to basically use the force wall to protect themselves from one pursuit ship, basically wait for it to drain of its power. Then they can move into the second pursuit, the second pursuit ship, and then there's always a pursuit ship that sat at the back, which was the command pursuit ship, which was Travis. So realistically, the ship can take out 3, I would say, but it bleeds its energy banks seriously. So it's just easier to if there's 2 or there was 1, then yeah, not a problem. But 3, yes, she can take out 3, but I think it's down to just how much it drains out the ship.
Yeah. Really. It's just unlucky they always travel in packs of 3, isn't it? Then, but it takes the Liberator away, and I just thought forgive me, everybody. I just thought it was Terry's way of taking away that that ability to just teleport when they needed to back to the ship. It was building up that touch of Well,
that's the first thing that normally happens in every episode. If you notice, they bring you down to the planet. The first thing there is, the communicators that the actual wristbands are taken away from them straight away, so they can't bugger off.
Yeah.
And then you go, and then every time they actually go back to the teleporter on the Liberator, you see how many bands are missing. You're going, they get through a few, and then season 2 starts up, and it's all refilled. Because Blue Peter's been helping them out.
Yeah, they have to put the cardboard versions in.
Not quite as bad as in UFO in the Jerry Anderson thing, when the interceptors come out and they've got one weapon, one missile to fire at the UFO. Once it's gone, it's it. That's the only one they've got, isn't it? There's no more.
It's a big nuclear missile. Don't pick on my bloody Jerry Anderson.
We've got some of that, Lex. I think before we came on, I think you touched on this. I hadn't noticed this, but Steve Braddock is saying to us, this had a touch of Star Wars about it. They let us get away. It was too easy.
Yes, I thought that. Corridor sequence and everything.
I was thinking of the original Star Trek vibe of the.
Yeah.
It's got there was an episode called "What Our Little Girls Are Made Of," and it was a duplicate of Captain Kirk, and he had a device, exploding device, put into him.
Right.
He's going to be put back onto the Enterprise. It was when Chapel's fiance. She went to go and see him. She hadn't seen him for years, and he was replaced with an android.
Oh, I'll have to go and look.
So you can see the little nods.
I don't think Terry Nation would have watched it, but it shows you how things can run parallel at times, can't they?
But it's still its own thing, Blake 7 with that. But it's little nods.
Yeah,
little
it
nods
makes
to
it its own.
Yeah.
Oh, totally, Andy. Yeah. I love the way that the Federation in this episode starts to really be explored, because here they are on this nameless ice planet looking for minerals to turn into lasers. So you've got minerals, you've got ice crystals turning it into, and it shows you that the Federation is also scientific. It's not just this big military organization, if you know what I mean. That's this dictatorship.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to think they've got all this science stuff going on, like the development of the virus, like the ability to look at weaponry, this incredible weaponry.
It's very Terry Nation, isn't it? Very Terry Nation.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit of world building, and I think we see that in other episodes to come as well.
The show done that really well, didn't it? Often done that extremely well, I thought. It's
brilliant how they do that. But the whole thing about, it's very now, isn't it? They're talking about a virus.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a bit like, Doctor Who and the Silurians from 1970 predicted certain things that would come on decades later. Project Avalon here in Blake 7 certainly does the power of a virus, and everybody's terrified of it, quite right.
Yeah.
You know, we've got Mark saying to us here that the virus the Federation developed wasn't half grim. It was scary stuff.
I remember that. Yeah, as a kid watching it, this is the one scene that really stuck out for me.
Really?
Yeah.
The way Travis like casually has got no interest in it. He just wants a guinea pig, doesn't he? He's not interested in anything. Just get me a guinea pig and then live their life. It means nothing to me whatsoever. It's really bleak. It's wonderfully bleak.
It's like that poor chap as well, isn't it? You know, when
the one he punches.
No, he puts him into the experiment on him, and he's going like that, and then he's like a lab rat, and he just
doesn't care, does he? He
just goes and walks away.
But so does Serverland. Serverland's enjoying it. She wants to see where the money's been spent.
But they go to a TV screen to watch it, don't they? Then they go back to the cell afterwards.
It's very psychotic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. Well, why haven't they stood there and watched it live if they're going to go to a TV screen and watch it?
Yeah.
Well,
I think they were watching it on the TV screen because they didn't probably trust the environmental conditions, so it might leak out.
Good point.
That episode's part of the novelizations that they did. And
isn't it? I've forgotten about that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Listened to the audiobook version, and that scene where the slave is sacrificed to the virus. In the book, it reads like it's from the slave's point of view when they push him into the cell, and he stood there thinking, "What's going on?" And after a few seconds, he starts scratching his skin because you can feel something on it, and it's really gritty the way the book describes the death. You don't get that on TV because they've got to lock the camera off for the special effects. But the original storyline was quite horrific.
But it's like Stephen mentioned in the chat. It is quite a good visual effect, isn't it? It's quite good for its time, isn't it? You know, it's quite
it's of its time. But they must have spent some time in the studio setting that up for the various layers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he looks a little bit like a crinoid in that sense because he's got this great big sort of thing on him, hasn't he? But it's still quite. I look at it today, and I look at it and just think that is gruesome. That is fantastic. It's horrible, but it's also quite scary.
Yeah.
You know, here this Federation, this mighty Federation, which is controlling the galaxy with a whip, now has the ability to, release a virus wherever it wants to keep the inhabitants under control or warm. It's the Blake 7 version of a Death Star.
Then we're going back then we're going back to Star Wars again, which is it's very similar kind of thing with the Emperor, with the Imperials. They're creating new weapons of mass destruction, if you want to call it that way. But they're also very technologically brilliant, so they're developing new pieces of weaponry, this, that, and other. So
exactly what the Federation are doing here on the BBC every Monday night in 1978. And to see the result of one of it, this was vile, I thought.
Yeah. Did Mary Whitehouse complain much about Blake?
Oh yes, she did. She did.
Do stuff at the time.
Did she? I don't remember that.
In comparison,
it wasn't. It's not like Doctor Who, where we'll remember things in Doctor Who because it's very well catalogued. But yes, she did have things to say about everything, Andy. And Blake 7 was another one where she said, hang on a minute, it wasn't as bad as Doctor Who because it wasn't on at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but it was still on pre-Watershed. So she had certain things to say. I'm sure it's catalogued somewhere, but I remember certain things where she would come out and say, that's too gruesome, that's on the knuckle, no, that's too much, or even some of the sexual innuendo. Yeah, she was around for Blake 7 as well.
Yeah, I guess she would be, but because it was on a bit later and not on a Saturday, on a different weeknight, a bit later, maybe brought it a bit more acceptance. But like you say, back in them days, there was everything.
I don't think the Watershed came in until the 80s, did it?
80s and 90s, I think it was.
I thought it was like 7. I thought it was around about this time they were looking at 78 because I don't know, I could be wrong, but you're probably. But no, I mean, God bless her. She would criticize the two Ronnies if she could. Kenny Everett. Come on, look what she did with Kenny Everett. She was spitting blood over Kenny Everett, But no, I mean, Here, what's Funky saying to us? Funky is saying to us about the only thing Mary Whitehouse didn't complain about was songs of praise, probably.
But you probably find something to complain about in there.
Yeah.
Although sometimes I think somebody like Mary Whitehouse is needed today. Sometimes.
The episode had a little bit of spy Cold War type filler drama, didn't it?
Go on, tell us more.
But we like experimenting on people and
Secrets.
Secrets,
yeah. I mean, Blake is really taken in by this whole thing, isn't he? I mean, at this point, he's now going on his crusade, isn't he? This is, and which then takes him into series 2. This whole crusade of meeting other resistance leaders, trying to bring people together, trying to be one massive venture, if you like, one force.
Yes.
So he is absolutely thrilled with the opportunity here of meeting Avalon, and I get the feeling he's going to do absolutely anything he needs to get to her, even if it means the death of his crewmates and his ship.
Good point. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying here about Blake at this particular point? He is becoming a
quite ruthless.
crusader.
He's got like a tunnel vision, isn't he?
Yeah. And look at his argument with Avon. You know, several arguments in this episode where Avon has clicked to this fact. At one point, Avon even says, "I'm done. I'm going." He would take the ship quite happily as well. Let's face it.
Yeah,
but
it's like in the next story.
That's it.
Avon's, there's the next story. Is it in this one? I'm trying to think now. I watched it recently, but I'm trying to think. Is it Jenna that knew Avalon?
Yeah, Avalon.
Yeah,
she met her once.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And even though they didn't know her well, she recognized her, which is why they get away with the crew with the android. But I want to ask you guys, I think this is quite funny. I think it's actually a slightly camp how this android is so worried about where a tunic is. Surely there must have been another way of letting the android take the virus on board, like a little hatch in the hand or something like that, rather than putting it in a pocket.
Like an Auton hand, it drops down.
Something like that, maybe. Yeah. The little ball coming out of the hand or something. But you know what I mean? This android spends about 10 minutes. Well, where's my tunic? Oh, I need it. I'm a little bit cold. It's just camping away, isn't it? Really? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe she was programmed to say that. You know, it was part of her program to say it's in the tunic. I've got to have the tunic. Got to take that tunic. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody else but Gan would have been suspicious, I think.
Yeah, poor
now, listen, Gan. Gan in this episode's a little bit doughy-eyed for me.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's not feeling well that day.
No. Well, I just think he's gone a little bit weak at the knees when this Avalon turns up. Oh, don't worry, I'll find it for you.
Yeah.
Maybe that set his chip off for the next episode.
Yeah, that's good thinking. That's why he went a bit funny the next week.
My love turned out to be an android.
And he probably got really annoyed that he ended up putting it back on the planet. It was like...
Exactly. Let's see what Stephen's saying to us here in the chat. Also, it had a double twist because you really thought the Resistance guy was the enemy with the virus, not Avalon. And then it turns out she's a robot too. It was so clever. It was a great twist because, you don't trust him, do you? There's something about him. And yet he's the one, as it's explained in the story, that realizes this isn't the real Avalon because he knows her so well.
Yeah.
Great twist there, and played wonderfully when Jenna and Callie find him all.
Yeah. When I watched it again, I'd forgotten he was he was the it was interesting. Was he also the chappie in Rubber to Death?
Yes.
Yeah. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah. Same guy.
Oh, was he? I did pick up on that.
Didn't you?
No.
Yeah. He's in Robots of Death as well.
Yeah.
Which character?
Around about the same time here.
Yeah. Roughly.
Well, same director. They tend to pick actors they like to work with.
Absolutely. And because you've got David Maloney here as the producer.
Yeah.
And Michael E. Bryan, they would, in those days, as we've said on Doctor Who reviews, they all worked together. They all knew each other. They were, there was a sort of BBC crew.
Yeah.
And you need a reliable actor. So there he is in this, and for once he's playing a good guy. And I reckon my 8-year-old self couldn't have believed that because he'd just seen him the year before in Robots of Death. You're a baddie again.
He's got a great eyebrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like Stephen's saying to us, yes, he's Taron Capel. He absolutely is. We've got Mark saying to us here, there's a great shootout in the base corridors with Jenna and the guards. lots of blaster action. That's why Blake 7, Mark, was so different to Doctor Who. One of the many differences to and to other stuff we were getting, because it wasn't frightened to get the guns out, basically, was it? And go, whereas Doctor Who doesn't do that, because the Doctor doesn't do that, so you don't see it often.
No. This is presented as a adult drama rather than a children's / adult program.
Yeah. Adrian is saying to us here, it was a pity it wasn't laser fire. And Funky is saying to us, if the Federation had been really clever, the virus would have been inside the android and had been triggered to breathe it out.
Ooh.
Nice idea.
Yeah.
That would have looked really good.
Yeah.
Hello, Mark. Mark agrees with the super chat. Thank you, Mark. Hi, everyone. I've been racking my brains and can't think of a TV or film franchise that Jacqueline Pearce couldn't play a villain and steal the show. Whether it be Bond, Doctor Who, Star Trek, prove me wrong. Well, I can't.
Nah, she was good and everything.
Brilliant.
So I watched. Do anyone remember Moondial? Moondial.
Yep.
Wasn't she? Yeah.
I just watched it not long ago, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'd not watched it for ages. I forgot she was in it, and I thought, oh, look, she's like a witchy thingy, isn't she? Or something. If I'm right, but she's in it, isn't she? Playing two dual parts. Yeah, but she was.
Chisini in the Two Doctors.
Chisini was good.
Great in that. So basically, Servalan with a wig.
Yeah. Original Born Identity miniseries before they made it into movies. She was in that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's also
she did a lot of stuff. We've also got this
a couple of Hammer films, of course.
Yeah.
And thank you for that, Mark. Really appreciate it. Adrian telling us she was in a Carry On film. She was.
Yeah.
Carry On,
no,
Don't Lose Your Head.
I can't believe I don't know that.
Carry On, Don't Lose Your Head. She's in the crowd of really heavy bazoomed ladies with Charles Hawtrey, who get a lovely scene where he says, "Would anybody like to continue this conversation in the arbor?" And they all go, "Oh." And they move off, and Jackie's one
so
of them.
she's like an extra at that point, just walk on sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. I really didn't know that.
And she's also, I'll tell you what she's doing as well, playing, I got to get off track now, episode children's TV anthology thing called Shadows in the 70s. Yeah. And she's in that, and she plays just a housewife. But even that, she's quite snooty and posh.
Oh, she's an absolute bitch in that.
I mean, she had a very hard life, didn't she? An interesting.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But she never
have you seen the documentary on her in series 2?
No.
I haven't got to that yet.
Oh, superb. You'll love it. It's really superb.
Yeah. As somebody I had the privilege of meeting her a couple of times, and she signed lots of stuff for me for free, by the way, because they didn't charge in those days. Yeah. But she was always so fabulous, and she was so warm and welcoming, and she was, "Oh, darling, it's lovely to see you," one of those types, But she was genuine with it. It wasn't put on. This was Jackie P. And all I could ever think about, especially the first time I met her, was, how did you manage to play such an absolute space warrior cow? Because it was so different to her, because she was just so gentle and gorgeous, and it showed her talent to be able to bring Servalan cool, collected, in control, devious, nasty, would have walked on the set of Dallas or Dynasty and been right at home, amazing performance. And in this one, here she is in Project Avalon. She is just so good. I'm guessing as well, Graham, when she's doing something nasty. Oh
yeah. It's our type of villain, isn't it? Was she first choice for the cast, as far as we are aware? Is she?
As far as I'm aware, but have we got any die-hard Blake 7 fans who can tell us? I don't think there's anyone.
What wasn't originally written for a man? The role originally
was it?
Yes. It was. Servalan was supposed to be a man. That Terry Nation was writing it as a man. Yeah.
I think David Maloney wanted to switch it.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. And they wanted her to have long hair, and she said, "No, it's going to work better if I have my hair cut."
Yeah, she was in that. She was in that.
Right,
remember that?
Yeah, she was right.
A severe haircut makes it's something about
it makes the character.
Yeah.
This comment from Steve here about Jackie Pearce was awesome in Dark Season. She was
bloody
scary in that, and I remember thinking at the time as a young adult catching Dark Season because I was off work for whatever reason. And seeing her in that, thinking, here's a new generation coming along now. We're going to get her. They're going to be introduced to Jackie and be thrilled the way I was. Fantastic.
Yeah, she played a very dark character now. She was very good.
Yeah. I just love the way that she and Travis are at this particular point. That bit where Blake as we said before, foils their plan, brings the android back to the base, and he's standing there very smug, isn't he, Blake, at this point?
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
very smug. The android's got the virus ready to, well, he's got it already. And there's Travis, is now, as we now know, it's his nemesis. And I just think the way that Gareth plays it as Blake, when he sees Servalan, it's the icing on the cake here, isn't it, really? The supreme commander, and that lovely nod he gives him as if to say, respect, but not quite. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
That's good direction again. There's so many little ticks in that. There's a scene where Glynis Barber goes off to get the slave. And she comes back a few minutes later, and Travis is sat down. He just looks at us as if to say, "What do you want?" And she doesn't say anything. She just uses her eyes and goes like that, and it just works. I don't know. It just works.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. And the fact she snaps at the mutoid, at Glynis's mutoid, she snaps at her, and the mutoid sort of backs off a little bit, doesn't she? Which is not like a mutoid, but Glynis's mutoid sort of backs off a little bit, and she basically says, "I'm only doing my job.
Yeah,
I'm just the messenger."
Don't tell me off too much. Yeah.
And the bit where she turns to Travis as well, and it's like really gets angry, and it's like flying daggers at him.
Oh yeah.
I love that performance between Servalan, Travis, Jackie, and Stephen, because you just don't know whether or not they're allies or not. And at my age now, Andy, I don't think they are. I think she's tolerating him.
Rivals, they are rivals.
Yeah,
the rivals.
They
want to take each other's job, don't they? He wants to be in charge.
It must have
really?
I
That's
think
interesting.
that. I think that because he thinks he could do a better job than her.
Oh, he absolutely does. He's a chauvinistic pig. I
read him differently.
How do you read him?
Tunnel visioned. He's got this thing about Blake, and that's all that matters. And he wants his command back. That's the one thing he stands on. He's obviously a proud individual, as well as being a little bit psychotic. And he wants his command back and the respect. That's why I read him.
It's great that we can have this conversation and not quite understand to this day Travis's intention.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
isn't that wonderful? And that's down against the writing, and it's down to the performance. It's going to be interesting when we get to season 2, when we have a different actor in the role and things change a little bit, because it does change. But here we've got this very sort of, I don't want to be rude to anybody, especially to Brian, but there's a very solid performance here from Travis. He's quite scary. I remember being quite, as an 8-year-old, quite scared of Travis because he was going to do what he said. And it was usually somebody like in this episode, it's Servalan that says, "You're not shooting him in here because he's going to kill me." And she's putting herself before everybody else. No, you're not going to do that because he's going to do what he says. I've got some great things to hear in the chat. It's great to see you all. Matt N. Spiel, hello, mate. I fell hopelessly for Jackie P when I was a kid. Then when I met her years later, I became flustered and could barely speak. Isn't that lovely? That is fabulous. I know exactly what you mean because she was beautiful, wasn't she? She was inside and out. That
would have been me if I'd have had the privilege to meet anyone like that. I'd have been like that.
Andy, she was, and that laugh, that dirty laugh.
You're going to love the documentary, JT, because you get so much of her personality on the screen in interviews and stuff. It's great.
I will watch that. We've got it here from Funky. This is interesting. It's never mentioned in the series, but when did Blake get his memory back? My mind canon thinks it's episode 2 after the mind attack from Zen. I think I've asked this. It's hard to remember what exactly we talked about last year on these series, but I think I asked that as well because I couldn't quite click that, Funky. Didn't one of you guys answer me?
I'd go along with Funky, to be honest. That's my personal view. It's the mind thing had a major effect on his memory.
Right. Okay.
I can't think of another logical point in the series where it would have happened.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind since I saw it last time. I'm thinking when they got the migraines, and the liberators took that pain off them.
But then again, all this is explored in season 2.
Yeah.
Which we are getting to. Stay with us. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I was only just thinking last night about a young lady that we know here on Who's Views called Just Jordan. And she's back with us, called Jordan Marv now. Hello, lovely. How are you? It's been ages since I've seen you. It's great to see you. How's your dad? I hope you're both okay. But Jordan's saying to us here, Travis is a means to an end, I think. She'd throw anyone under the bus to get what she wanted. That's why we love her. Because she was the original space biatch, wasn't she, Servalan? You know, we hadn't quite seen a villain like Servalan, had we? And a woman to boot, a beautiful woman. A gorgeously glamorous woman.
The glamour, wasn't it? And the outfits. Every week, different outfits that she wore, completely impractical, but they just suited her so well, didn't they? No matter wherever she was, walking around some kind of quarry in a ball gown and furry collars and high heels and stuff. But it was just her, wasn't it? It was a really
that's something that Jodie always laughs about to this day. She'll always go on about there is no way you could tramp around a quarry in high heels or white outfits unless you were Servalan, basically. Jackie Pierce. John Mason saying to us, I much prefer Travis Mark 1. John, you're going to love it when we get to Series 2 then and we start, because we're inevitably doing what Blake 7 fans have done for years now. We are going to be unfairly comparing and contrasting. And Mark Greaves is going to be saying to us, I got her autograph at a convention once, but was so shy. I got my girlfriend to approach her. I hate myself for missing the opportunity.
Should have probably actually gone over. Oh, who's this for? Oh, it's for him.
I know.
You've gone. Bring him over.
Yeah. I had a similar experience, guys, when I met Mary Tam. Well, I'll save that for another show. And Jordan is saying to us here, I'm good, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Dad is in hospital. We messaged earlier to say he's watching. Well, listen. Just Jordan's dad, hiya. I hope you get well soon. I hope you're all right in hospital. Having just done 3 months in hospital myself, I hope you're getting proper food. Bloody awful. Bloody awful, the hospital food where I was. Oh, my God. Everything else, fantastic. I wouldn't fault it, just Jordan's dad, but the food, oh, my God.
You're not meant to, while you're in hospital, you're not meant to keep on phoning for Pizza Hut.
Do you know what some of the guys would do in the hospital highway? You get the odd pizza coming in, the odd takeaway or bags of chips. The smells at dinner time sometimes were horrendous. But listen, get well soon. Just Jordan's dad. And I'm glad to see both of you, because I was only saying last night, I haven't seen Just Jordan for a while. I hope she and her dad are okay. Yeah. Get well soon, my friend. Good birthday. It's lovely to see you. Just Jordan's dad is about the same age as all of us. It's in our bracket. Okay. Grew up with all these things like we did.
Mid-30s then, yeah?
Eh?
Yeah, mid-30s.
Yeah, 28. Village Pig, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Evening all and Happy New Year. Hope everyone is well. And to you, the Village Pig. Yes, lovely to see you. So yeah, this is the return of our Blake 7 reviews here on Who's Views. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Because we were off track, we're trying to get back on track now. We're looking at Project Avalon, which is episode 9 of season 1, and we're looking at episode 10 of season 1, which is what we're going to come on to now. So this is Breakdown, everybody. Breakdown.
The gang story.
It's the absolute. I'm going to change the page now so I can look at my notes for this one. This is the 6th of March, 1978, again written by Terry Nation, directed by Vera Lorimer, scripted again by Chris Boucher, designed by Peter Brackakey, another key name for Doctor Who fans for a designer there, oh yes, and produced again by David Maloney. And this is when 8.8 million tuned in this particular Monday night to watch Julian Glover appearing in Blake 7. Wow. Yeah.
He's always good though, isn't he?
But he's playing a very bizarre character here, Kane, isn't he? So again, it's another good episode. It involves Gan, this one, doesn't it? But it's quite unfair to Gan because they use him, I think, just to get him out the story.
Yeah. It's a Gan story. We don't do anything.
No, he lies there and gets aggressive every now and then, doesn't he?
Like the Wolfman. He's like the Wolfman.
Part of the story, isn't it?
Funky saying, yeah, poor Gan, even his episode didn't use him much.
No.
Yeah.
It's a real story of 2 parts, this one, though, isn't it? I think real 2-part story. I think you've got the start of the Liberator, followed by the second part of the story. I much prefer second part than the first part, personally.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it when they get to XK7 too.
Yeah.
The whole thing of getting there.
Yeah.
Because Julian Glover's only in it for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, he is, isn't it?
Is that all it is in total?
Yeah.
It's a very
I was
short
looking
role.
at
Yeah.
the clock and thought, well, he hasn't even come on screen yet.
That's amazing, because doesn't it make it feel like that shows you what a
It's-
star Mr. Glover was?
Yeah.
You know, just
It was pasted out
feels
on it,
longer.
the scenes. So
wow.
I've made a note that Julian Glover needs an award for being the one actor to have the most credits in cult TV and film.
Yeah, it probably does.
Doctor Who, Blake 7, Space 1999, Hammer Horror, James Bond,
Yeah.
Indiana
Star
Jones,
Wars.
Star Wars. You could go
Avengers.
Avengers,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Game of
What-
Thrones, I think, as well.
It's no
Yeah.
wonder that he was from our generation, especially. He was always so. He's affectionately looked at.
Yeah.
You know, and whenever he appears in something, you go, "There's Scaroff."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Mark McIntosh is saying to us here, the new Blu-ray effects on Breakdown transformed this episode. Absolutely brilliant. Totally agree.
Can I talk about those, please?
Please, because this one here, in case you're new to us, this one here works on the effects on the Blu-rays for Blake 7. So please do tell us a bit about it.
Okay. So I'll talk about the sequence with the black hole. Basically,
years.
Basically, Chris wanted to recreate the black hole effect from The Black Hole, the Disney film, because obviously that was the 70s, and he wanted to recreate that. And I think he when I first saw the shot, because the first shot, because with the scissor reel, I saw the shot of the Liberator flying into it, and I was like, I was just blown away, because I forgot how he did it on visual effects, but the way he created it, and it had mass, and it had that slow swirl that gave it so much power, like the original Black Hole. I was like, and then he says, I just did it red because I thought it'd look even more menacing. Like, nailed it. The space station sequence was used practical effects. That is a 1-to-1 replica of the original miniature that was made. Same chap who built the Liberator. I built Liberator second season. He did we borrowed his Liberator for first season. The problem with his Liberator was we couldn't shoot it from certain angles. So the sequence with the black hole that's all CG, sadly. If we'd have used my Liberator, we could have probably done it, because it was all down to where to mount the model. And where you mount a model is how you can fly a model through the screen as such. And it only had one mounting point underneath, and he couldn't really do the kind of shots that he wanted to do. That's why it ended up being CG. But yeah,
I couldn't tell.
No,
I could.
it's really good. But like I say, those sequences, a lot of work's gone into them. Obviously, there's little. The thing to remember about the new Blu-rays is, we've got some great VFX, but the little effects that you don't even pick up on, like video screens, view screens, they've totally been redone, because obviously, remember when he was looking at the view screen and was like, this circle, and it's getting closer. That's all redone. That's brand new.
Yeah.
Every time you see every time you see looking through the view screen, that's all new. That's all brand new. Everything's brand new on that. Yeah. There's little things that Chris has been pouring into it, besides doing the big model shots.
Yeah. So, well, you can tell with with those. I mean, even down to the teleport effect.
Yeah, that's really good.
As fans of the show, we know these little things, but it's much appreciated, because I loved watching Project Avalon and Breakdown back to back on the special edition versions. It's just beautiful, really, really lovely, and really well done. And I think what you're saying, Graham, about this being two different stories. It's fine, but the effects for me help the first half of this story as they're trying to get to XK72, because what we're basically dealing with here is a very rebellious Zen.
Oh yeah.
And
it's very much like Hallowney.
Yeah, but Lex, it's as though I got the impression at my age now watching this back, it's as though Terry's actually building up the character of Zen now to say Zen is important. Zen is the ship. He is part of the crew. Yeah. And here he is saying things like, rejected to a direct order. No, you're not going that. I'm not having you going through this way because I think you can't go at this. But it adds that extra element because of Zen's absolute, I'm not playing ball, I'm closing down, goodbye. Sort of attitude. It builds up for the characters. I just think it's so beautifully written in that he's thought about this, and so without Zen, they've got to do it themselves, and it heightens their urgency. If you know what I mean.
And it's quite realistic. The bit where Blake is gone on about the drift of the ship. If you don't compensate, and computers do this all the time, and you take it for granted, and now they're having to do it manually, and it's like riding a bike with a wonky wheel.
But I think it's quite a clever episode because obviously it's the season's cheapie, isn't it? There's like 3 guest characters and 2 sets.
Yeah. You've got Julian Glover, you've got Ian Thompson, and you've got Christian Roberts.
And the regulars, and then 2 or 3 sets, just the 2 sets, isn't it? Liberator and the interior of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the fact that they've made such a good story with such limited resources. And it holds up really well. I must admit the second part is by far my favourite, but it does hold up really well.
I didn't think about that until you mentioned it, Graham.
Yeah,
that's how strong the story is.
Just such a small limited cast and such a small sets and stuff, but I thought it was quite doesn't come across as being a real cheap nasty one, does it at all?
No. It doesn't at all. No, it doesn't. But the fact it's split into 2 acts, as it were. You've got the for me, I do actually get more excited when we do get to XK72 and Julian Glover. What a character he's playing. Let's just go to the chat first before we start looking at that. Stephen Braddock, who a lot of appreciation for the effects, of course, Rich, as you'll be aware. Steve Braddock saying to us that opening shot, the Liberated by the Ring Planet. It is. It's gorgeous.
Spot on.
Adrian is saying to us, I saw the black hole in the cinema. Do you know what, Adrian? So did I. I did as well, remember?
It's a spaceship, by the way.
It's the corgi size.
Yeah, it's only me. It's little. It's equal. It's equal liberator. It's only this big.
Fantastic. We've got PTA saying to us here, the original black hole from film was a swirling water tunnel, and they tipped paint into the and then slowed it down.
Oh, right. Okay, I never knew that.
I think they did the same thing with the Mandragora Helix, didn't they? In the Mask of Mandragora. I'm sure they did. PTA, correct me. I'm sure they did the same trick in that Doctor Who episode. I'm sure they did.
All right.
And Funky's saying to us, I love the subtle stuff on the monitor screens in the new SFX. It's just those beautiful little touches, isn't it, Funky?
Yeah.
That they put in there that just lifts the show again. Beautiful little touches. Like even changing the pursuit ships on the Liberator screen just to the logo, the Federation logo. Beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, also Chris puts on every one of the video screens. He puts on some very fine lines to give it that kind of video screen look.
Yes, yeah. It just suits it, doesn't it? It's a great, in my opinion, it's a great homage to what could have been done, or how they would have done it had they had all these toys back then.
I don't know in the original. I'm trying to think back to the original how it looks, but when you do the video screen, there's now you have to ask. I can't remember. But there's like a little triangle, like a little pyramid. And that is the point where that's the emitter that the screen comes out from. Now, I don't know if he's put that on as well, or if that's in the original version. I can't remember.
I'd have to go back and look.
I don't know everything.
Glenn Piper's with us. Hello, Glenn. Hope you're well. He's saying to us here, I remember when I was young, waiting for Doctor Who on UK Gold. I would be waiting for Blake 7 to finish just to get to Doctor Who, but I eventually started focusing on Blake 7 as well, and I loved it. Good for you, Glenn. Good for you. I mean, there was a point, Glenn, back in the day, before you were around, that Doctor Who and Blake 7 were running consecutively. So you had Doctor Who on the Saturday, and Blake would be on the Monday.
Yes.
So it was interesting times.
Sapphire and Steel about a year later, wasn't it?
Sapphire and Steel, brilliant.
Yeah.
Another superb show.
It didn't happen often because Doctor Who was autumn and Blake would come along in around about January. But sometimes there was that excitement of having the two of them more or less at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
It's like that joke with Tom Baker in it, when he was on set and the quarry, he goes, Blake Seven's been here, and he said, "How do you know, Tom?" "I could tell by the tracks."
They've left all the rubbish over there. PTA saying to me, JT, I'm not sure how they did the Who story effects. I only know the Black Hole was a real pain to film with groundbreaking visuals, the best Disney movie ever. And Mark McIntosh is saying, it's interesting that Avon is really ready to jump ship and leave the Liberator.
Yeah. That's a brilliant bit of storyline, that is. That's really cool.
I think end of the day with him, he just had enough of Blake. And then in the episode of Project Avalon, he says, another freedom fighter, another idealist.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think when you think about him as a character, he only there was an opportunity. He took the opportunity. He liked the ship and he wanted the ship more than Blake. And he went, oh, look, it's got loads of money. It's got loads of diamonds. It's got this, that's another. Why don't we just let the Federation do what Federation wants? We've got this spaceship. We can bugger off and we can have a jolly forever. We don't have to worry about him. But it's like, he's just, I'd have had enough of all this craziness.
Yeah. It was very
you can't blame him, can you?
No, you can't blame him.
I was going to say, after what they've just gone through in Avalon, and then they're going through this now in this episode breakdown, and goodness knows what's happened in between. You can't blame Avon for actually at this particular point when Blake is so, as I say, he's now so focused on what he's going to do, and this time it's I've got to save Gan, and if it means getting this beautiful, big, powerful ship through something that we don't know about and it could kill us, we're going to do it anyway. It's no wonder Avon's got these little places that he's already signaled out to say that's where I'm going when I get away from this madman. Well, Graham.
I was just saying, it's very much in keeping with his character, isn't it? Like we just said, it's very much an Avon type thing. But conversely, what I found out of character in this was Callie falling for Gan. And she released him. I didn't buy that. I thought, she wouldn't have done that, would she? Well, she did. But
I like it the way he talks.
He does, doesn't he? He kind of like knows into it, doesn't he? Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Again, this is the fault though of too many characters, isn't it? Really, because Callie is really relegated to basically being a nurse. It's actually documented that that was supposed to be originally Jenna, but Sally complained she wasn't getting enough to do, so she gets teleported down with Blake because Sally was
she would have been doing the Callie role in that, would she?
Well, she certainly would be one of the nurses. She would have been a nursey type thing, but I think Sally had a point. At this point, Jenna's not doing much, really, and Callie's now falling into this. But also, the two women themselves, they're not doing much, really. So I think she has a point.
No, it's not a strong episode for the two girls, is it?
No, and at one point as well, you've got Farron coming along, haven't you? Played by Ian Thompson.
Oh,
this place is full of pretty girls.
Yeah.
Hello.
You wouldn't get away with that today, would you?
He was like Terry Thomas.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Just womanized, isn't he?
Just going back to Gan for a moment. Did you notice when they did the diagnosis on Side the Liberator, the computer was talking in Gan's voice?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that was to give Gan some lines or to give David Jackson a few extra lines, or whether the computer is speaking using the patient's voice.
Yes. That's what I put it down to yesterday when I was rewatching this. Actually, I thought, that's what's happening. I think it was probably because David was on the payroll, but no, I'm going to think that one. Bunky is saying, says even Avon prefers his own life to the diamonds on the Liberator, and Cool and Dry is with us. Hello, matey, how are you? To Richard, thoughts on a limited run of Eagle Moss style kits of Blake 7 ships and space stations, please.
I can say that I had a word, not with Eagle Moss, but I had a word with another model company, just who I know, if they'd be interested in doing a Liberator model and other Liberator models, and they were interested. and I basically gave them the information and basically said, have a word with these people.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. Maybe, I mean, in the day, Eagle Moss is long gone. Sadly, they went bankrupt. And Anderson Entertainment took the Eagle models that Eagle Moss, ironic, were producing, and they're now with Anderson Entertainment. And Anderson Entertainment have now done some nice box pieces with Eagles, Thunderbird 1, Thunderbird 2, Thunderbird 3 is coming. Thunderbird 4 has just come out, and you've got some UFO stuff as well. So, for the pre-finished piece, I mean, that if you were going on Anderson Entertainment, there's some nice pieces there. So they've picked up the slack where Eagle Moss stopped. But I think I feel there'll be some more model kits coming down the line. You never know.
Well, you're exciting people in the chat. The Doctor is No More is with us saying yes, please to this. Rick Storm was saying yes, it's about time they release more Blake 7 merchandise. It has an anniversary coming up fairly soon.
Yeah,
good time for people to start looking at it. And with the rise of the conventions as well, the Blake 7 focused conventions too, they're getting more and more popular, aren't they?
I've already been invited to the one in Newcastle that's this year. It's the start of August. So I'm down there with Chris and the gang. So.
Fab. We've got Stephen saying to us, take my money now. It's not even sorted yet. Funky is saying to us, I now regret giving my Liberator ship from the DVD box set to someone now. And yet that itself is a re-release from the Corgi model from back in the day when it came in a little Matchbox style box.
Yeah.
I've still got mine. Yeah. But no, that's great. Stay tuned, obviously, because as soon as we know anything, we'll be here on the channels to tell you all about it. Maybe a Lego Blake 7 set. The thing about Lego is that you have to build it, don't you? You have to build it, then you have to sell it to Lego, and then they have to decide through the public whether or not they're going to go ahead with this. Remember the Doctor Who one?
I think the thing all about it is because this is BBC property.
True.
They have got to evaluate it and agree that yes, this is a viable product. And then they'll knock it out. I mean, my contact, I know because of Anderson, working for Anderson Entertainment, doing commissions for those. They have to, when somebody commissions something to do with Thunderbirds or Jerry Anderson in general, that all goes to ITV, and then they have a load of people there that go through it meticulously, and they'll send them 7 model kits of an Eagle or something, and they go through it and check it through and agree that is good enough, and then that will get mass produced, and then you'll see it at a toy fair or whatever. The funny thing is, all those stuff that the ITV was looking through. I'm good friends with Fanderson, who are like a group that support Anderson Entertainment and Jerry Anderson in general, and they had a room. I can't remember if it was a room or a locker or whatever. And it was full of model kits and of Eagles, Tracy Islands, Fab Ones, everything. And they did a massive auction, and they managed to get all of it into a van before it was thrown into a skip.
Wow!
And they did they did an auction with it and raised a load of money for charity with it, which was great. But yeah.
The thing the problem is now, as you mentioned, we're dealing with BBC Studios. They're not the fastest on the uptake, are they? Really, when it comes to providing lovely things for fans that will sell. And Blake 7 is a show that hasn't been on now since 1981. It's to them, it must be very surprised at how well the Blake 7 box sets with the Blu-rays have sold, because they've done remarkably well. The 2 that we've had, the 3rd will be on the way at the end of the year. They've done remarkably well.
I mean, I think it was a shock for them. I think it was a shock for them. Because we was only commissioned. We was only commissioned to do the first season. That was it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Funky is saying to us about this: the empath has to be the nurse, not the space pirate. And yet, the original script, according to Sally, was the other way around. I have to say, though, guys, I am actually very, very I do feel sorry for Jenna in this, because she gets thrown around like a rag doll by Gandon.
He was like the Borg, wasn't he? He was like the Borg thrown.
Yeah, that scene where he's literally throwing it and dragging around the flight deck. The poor woman, she'd be battered and bruised all over, wouldn't she?
Do you think Dan Gurn's better than Pertwee? It's a tough one, isn't it? It's about 50-50.
I think it was Gan. Gan got really annoyed that they throwed away his robot girlfriend, and now he's just taking it out on any other woman.
It could be that, really, couldn't it? Yeah, that's what, as we said, it was Avalon that made him go a little bit batty in this.
What do we think about Villa playing the heavy? So Villa goes down and gets the guns and stuff, don't he? And it's
I picked up on that. I thought it was a nice moment for Villa to take the initiative.
Yeah.
And before that,
can do it when he wants to.
Yeah, see, he's not as weak as you might think. Yeah.
From Gansey's body from the first episodes.
Yeah.
His body from Spacefall, where Gan looked after him.
Yeah.
He had the comical line, didn't he? Sorry, after you.
All right. Did you notice a certain start of a little romance between two cast members?
No.
Did
you see how Avon touched Callie on the face?
That. No.
Yes. Yeah. There is a little bit of
And then that gets later explored in season 3.
Season 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
I never picked up on that.
I didn't pick up on that either at this point as well. At this point, I'm too busy looking. I'm not one of these people that, even as a kid, was looking for romance in sci-fi. Okay, no. I quite liked it when Princess Leia got off with Han Solo. That was totally different. It sort of suited Star Wars, but I was never looking for it in Blake 7 or Doctor Who. So to this day, I think it says more about me that I didn't notice that. Cool.
Yeah, but Han Solo on purposely hid all her clothes, so she had to stay in the slave girl outfit for a good percentage of the ride on the Falcon.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I can't. I'm blind. I just don't get my eyes back.
I going back to like Gan again. I think he's the only character in the first season. Yeah, really. That it's not saying bland, but with everybody else, there was always that friction. Obviously, Villa, Avon, Blake, the girls, friction. But Gan was like everyone's kind of friend without that kind of. You can see why he didn't last too long as a character, I think. And in this particular one, obviously it's his story, but like we said earlier, he doesn't really do an awful lot in it, does he? He growls at people and throws people about. And
he's already at this particular point being relegated, really, isn't he? Even though the story's all about him, he's not actually in it.
And I'll tell you another thing. I mean, in a funny case, if you want to be critical, after he's allegedly cured, would you be happy with him being cured, or would you be thinking, hold on a minute, I'm sure he ain't going to do it again?
Is he really cured? That's the thing, isn't it?
Is he really cured? You'd be thinking, no, you're all right.
You would never quite trust him again, would you?
No,
but then again, I quite like that, because we're supposed to be on a ship with people you shouldn't really trust.
Yeah. Good point.
They're not the nicest. They're not supposed to be the nicest people in the world, are they?
They're not friends. Are they? They're all like antagonists, aren't they?
It felt like Gan's farewell episode, didn't it, as well? Like, is he gonna go? Is this his time?
And
then they make all the fun about him right at the end. Oh, they didn't take my chip. Didn't take the chip out. Oh, but they throw a new testing on it or something.
That end is the end is not the best.
It's a cheesy ending, isn't it? It's one of those
things you call dog box and everybody laughs,
isn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those endings Victoria Wood used to take the mickey out of when she did things like Acorn Antiques and stuff, wasn't it? Where everybody was laughing and joking. And then
out of place, isn't it, in this series?
Completely terrible. Talking of Gan,
the rogue missile destroys the people start laughing about it.
Because they don't care, do they? We've got in the chat, talking of Gan, we've got Glenn Piper saying to us, when Gan dies early on in season 2, it really did tell us that nobody is safe on this show. I never saw it coming, as you would like to think with Star Trek, the main crew would always get out alive. That's a good point, and we'll probably come back to that again when we're looking at that particular episode. But there is that risk factor with this, isn't there? And Blake 7 was always not afraid to try those elements with characters.
Yeah.
You did think that there could be times when they're not going to get out of this. Mark is saying to us, watch out in the scene where they're trying to restrain Gan. They used handheld cameras and it drifts too far and you see the studio beyond the set. I saw that yesterday when I was watching it back. I've never seen it before, Mark. They just go slightly off marks. And it's just like, oh my goodness, what was that camera? Very good. It's
it's not real? It's filmed in a studio?
I never knew that. And Glenn is also saying to us, nope, I don't care about romance either, JT. I always cared about seeing how the actors were going to escape life-threatening danger. That's what I watched for, and the clever storytelling. Yeah, I agree, Glenn. And even though Breakdown for me isn't as strong as Avalon, it's still very enjoyable. And the fact is, you've got part one, act one is basically the regulars building up characters, interplay with the relationships I'm looking at here, what they do when Zen decides he doesn't like them and goes into a sulk, you know, the power of this, how they're getting through. Revelations about Avon, which are big, I think, at this particular stage. I don't know what you guys think, but I think at this particular point in episode 10, you suddenly realize Avon could go at any minute. He doesn't.
He's more interested in himself.
That was it. I'm finished with you. Stand with you, Blake. Requires a degree of stupidity I'm no longer capable of producing or something. It's something great.
It's a fantastic line, though, isn't it, Andy? When he does that.
And you can
There's
see
two things.
It builds up to him like having enough. So it's quite possible that he would stay on the station, isn't it? It's quite possible.
I wonder if that's why they blew up the space station, so that he didn't have an excuse to leave.
Yeah,
and that's why the script had them laughing at the end, because they'd written some of it and then thought, Avon's going here, we're going to keep on the Liberator. Well, we'll do the same with the missing Liberator and hitting the space station. But they didn't change the rest of the script to sympathise with that.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's because I love the fact that XK72 is it is a great point. I love the fact that this space station is one of his bolt holes that is kept secret.
Yeah.
I love this about Avon. He's being really, really devious in a sense, and quite rightly too, because he's surrounded by all these criminals. Quite rightly, you know, it's brilliant.
Avon's bucket list.
He's given this up. It actually shows a certain humanity in Avon as well, because he's given up this information for Gan. And he does it cool.
He has a heart, even though they might think he has no heart, but he actually does.
He sits there, doesn't he? And he says, no, there's somewhere nearer. And he gives it away. He gives this bolt hole away. And yet when we get to it eventually, after getting through the prohibited zone, and the finding that this is a space laboratory, it's neutral, allegedly, it's building space weaponry. Again, we've got that whole thing about space weaponry with a medical side of it. It's very interesting how Break 7 works, you know, all this sort of stuff. It's got good and bad intentions in every element. It's very human.
I liked it when Gemma says something about they don't like humans, or they don't like humanoids down there, and Avon comes out with something about, well, that puts their intelligence right up there, or that makes without doubt their intelligent life there. They don't like humanoids.
He just sees everything like a computer at this point, doesn't he? And that's why I think a lot of us gravitate to Avon, because his character is just so original and not like everybody else around him.
No one like that.
But once we get there, you actually believe, and I remember thinking this as an 8-year-old, you actually believe he's going now. He's had enough. He's staying on the space station. If it wasn't for Kane phoning the Federation, I reckon he would have done.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the way it's portrayed, it's completely in character, isn't it? That he would do it.
Yeah.
And
that iconic scene. Sorry.
Go on, Lex, and then I'll read out.
An iconic scene with Kane later on, where his character changes.
Well, let's talk about that in a sec. We've got this from Matt Inspiel. I loved how the crew were misfits, outcasts, and criminals, not the Star Trek crew, who are the greatest at this, best at that. It's far more interesting. The fact that they've nicked the spaceship as well to get around doing what they're doing. It's just magical, isn't it? They haven't been presented something a la Enterprise. They've nicked the blooming thing. Len looks back. Len looks back and saying, so certainly it's one of the biggest episodes of the whole show. Absolutely top tier in every respect. Stephen saying to us, the look on Avon's face when the XK72 is destroyed, he made the right choice. And the same from Funky. Anytime Avon finds somewhere safe to go, someone blows it up. We have to talk about Kane, played by Julian. We have to talk about, because this is a fabulous performance. As you would expect from Mr. Glover. And you're right, Lex. He goes from somebody you sort of quite like to somebody you just think, hang on a minute, your true colours are coming out now.
I liked the callous way Blake says to him, do it in 2. And he says, like, well, if not what? And he goes, I'll destroy your hands. And I thought that was really...
He looks at them like that as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
and doesn't that bring home the character of that Julian's playing here? Because this
brilliant.
guy is so up himself, quite frankly, and so superior, and has had his way on the space station for such a long time. And then along comes Blake and this group of rebels who are not going to stand for this. And he realizes he is vulnerable because Blake goes straight for the hands. And that's him gone then, isn't it? If he can't use his hands, he's no use to anybody, including the Federation.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I feel sorry for the assistants because he wants to do it. He wants to do this operation.
He
wants to save his life. Yeah.
He's being professional.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
It is wonderfully played. You know, it's the three guest artists on this are all very good. You know, I also feel quite sorry for Christian Roberts' character. Was it Renoir?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Rene.
Very dark scene that one at the end. Very
Yeah.
dark scene the end that was.
Yeah, well, he is because he's betrayed, isn't he, by Kane, who's calling the Federation, saying, "Oh, by the way, I've got Blake here, and I'm going to be a hero because you can come and get him." That's all he's done it for. Let's face it, and he's absolutely obsessed, and really feels that the Federation is the best thing to happen ever, isn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Amazing.
But he represents the Uber Nazis with pre-World War II, doesn't he? Really?
Oh, look, I don't know if we can say that word. Be careful.
Sorry.
Nazi.
Historical context only.
Yes,
just the ultimate bomb villain, we should say.
And put the M word in. I'm dreading reviewing Silver Nemesis later in the year because we can't say the word.
that one.
But you're right, though. Yeah, I mean, he is, but he doesn't come across that way because he's actually quite. When we meet him on the space station, he goes with Blake without a second. Thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to help your friend. I'm a doctor. I'm going to go and help. Do you know what I mean? And without a second thought, he's off. He's gone. Yeah. And then you realize, whole chain. I can get something out of this, maybe. But it's beautifully played. He's so nasty when he's on board the Liberator and he's sitting back and he's reading the paper and he's having a coffee and Gan's dying. You know, it
turns into Scarroff again.
That's what turns Villa, though, doesn't it, Andy? That's what turns Villa.
Yeah. It's interesting. My friend is dying here.
Yes, and we have to remember Villa and Gan were close in episode 1, weren't they? They were good mates.
Brothers, like brothers, weren't they? They're like brothers.
Yeah, chalk and cheese. But I mean that dynamic has been lost at this particular point. But we are reminded when Villa turns and says, "You will do this because I will kill you," because that one won't. He's too soft.
But I will.
Again, it's the thing about Blake 7, isn't it, Graham? Blake 7 can do this.
And the scene with Avon as well. He's on Villa's side in this scene, which is amazing.
Yeah, which is amusing in itself, really, isn't it?
It's not often, is it? Not often.
Yeah. It's just, again, it's such a good story. We're very lucky that we're coming back to our reviews of Blake 7 with 2 really good, strong, solid stories, I think.
A great cast again, isn't it? Like we said, I mean, when you think, like, obviously, there's no Servanan in this one, no Travis in this one, very limited cast, but the story, especially the second part of it, really, really picks up. And the casting in all through this, most of that, I'm trying to think of various, castings over the course of the few series. They were always spot on, weren't they? They were always strong. Rarely did you get a weak performance, did you? Rarely. I can't think of anyone that really stuck out. You think, that was very, very believable. They were always good actors, playing the part really well written parts as well.
Well, Julian Glover's like the guest star villain that they needed for this episode.
Oh, you could get him, could you, ready to play everyone better? I can't think of anyone.
Would have been a weak episode if they'd have got just, a B-level actor.
A lesser actor would have been. Would have been. You're right. Actually, it'd been very good and very true. And if it had been a lesser actor, it may have filtered down a bit. But because he elevates it so much, it makes the story and the whole episode.
And he's only in for 15 minutes.
Yeah, astonishing.
I still can't get over that because he pulls off such a good performance. I feel like he's in it longer than that. That's incredible to learn.
It's the way they pace the filming, as they say in film school. The way they pace the filming.
It is amazing to think that, though. And gosh, we were just so lucky, weren't we, to have the people, the talents, both on and off the screen that we had, because you don't, in my opinion, from what we've seen, you don't really get that quality anymore.
No.
I think it comes
All of
down to
this-
we just
this
haven't got the
season's
script.
world-
Guys with the script. The scripts have just never been good enough nowadays. I mean, it's. I think the biggest problem is when you look at Blake 7, it's character driven, and we know when it originally was done, we know we've only got £2.50 to do special effects.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put all that emphasis on writing the script, writing characterization, lifting characters, getting background, making this thing interesting instead of having a very weak script and then just pad it out with some VFX of some space flying past the screen. And this, that, and other. And then, people like flashy lights and that kind of stuff. So they won't mind it and they'll accept it. But when you look at Blake 7, you look at early Doctor Who, the scripts are so strong and they are very, very dark.
Like JT was mentioned earlier, Terry Nation by now must be, this is episode 10, you say, was it 10th?
Episode 10 for Breakdown, yeah.
That's a lot of scripts to turn out, isn't it? As so it would have been very, very impressive that he kept the level up so high.
It's like last Crusade. Julian Glover was only in 15 minutes in that. He wasn't
getting
a big role.
an end.
Oh.
Yeah. And he U-turned in that as well, as we know.
Shows you the quality of the actor, doesn't it? That such limited screen time still brings such a strong, memorable villain.
Yeah. Are there any standout points for any of you about this particular episode as well?
Well, we mentioned the hands bit.
Yeah.
I always say, and we were talking about this in the green room, that when he's holding his hands, and his hands he's a surgeon. So even though he's turned a bit nutty and very self-absorbed by himself and thinking he's something very special, but his hands, he was trained to save lives with his hands. These was his hands. And now he's used his hands to kill a man.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And
scene.
it's like,
Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
what are these hands now?
Yeah.
Bring life or death.
Yeah.
Like we're just saying there.
Yeah.
He looked like, for modern day now, he had an anxiety attack at the end.
Yeah.
Because he was shaking at the end. He was shaking.
Shaking away.
He was in control of his environment for so long in the 15 minutes, and then Blake's threat puts him on a level of stress that he probably hasn't experienced for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. Actually,
The killing of a man, something he's never done. He's, I guess, because how he was acting, he was like, I don't care if Gan lives or dies. I'm waiting. Oh, I'm sitting back. Oh, I've got another 10 minutes. And if Gan died on the table, didn't matter to him.
No.
Yeah.
But this man died, who was living, who was fine, with his hands.
Yeah.
He killed him with his own hands, his bare hands. No tools, no surgery, nothing. His hands. Yeah. And I think, like I say, that just tipped him over the edge.
Yeah. But he took the oath, didn't he?
Of course he did. Yeah. But it's that point you're saying. I totally agree with what you're saying. And the magic that it's down to brilliant writing, but also the way that Julian plays it. He gets what Terry's written, doesn't he? He really understands it. Because at that point, I'm also assuming that Kane is actually looking at this, thinking, what have I done, as you're saying, Richard, but also the fact that he was going to allow a man to die just so he could hand them over because of his political allegiances. So all these things must be going through his head. Luckily, he doesn't have long to put up with it because it gets blown to smithereens. Very, very good.
Yeah. And we have a good giggle at the end of it.
And I bet you the captain of that pursuit ship really got told off by the Federation shortly after it.
He was never seen again.
We've got this from Funky, who's quite rightly saying to us here, Blake threatening to take his hands shows that Blake isn't the true hero too. And at this point on episode 10 of season 1, I think you have to be reminded that Blake is not a hero.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that does it beautifully. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that scene really brings it home. He will do it. Blake will cut off his hands.
Yeah. Definitely. And you're right, because by now, 10 episodes in, you kind of forget that they aren't it's no one's nice, no one's really heroic. It's all out for their own ends or whatever, isn't it? And he would be ruthless. He would do it. He really would. And that accelerates as the series goes on, doesn't it? You know, with various storylines and stuff like that.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Yeah. Just reminds me of the comic books where you got Superman goes by his rules and Batman can go on the edge.
Yeah.
You need. I think you need a little bit. It makes it more edgy, doesn't it? To have someone, when it's like that. I like.
Yeah, you can't predict what they'll do next week.
No, of course not. No,
you're right, Andy. Yeah. If you're able to do that, Blake 7 wouldn't be as special as it was, because you've got to remember when it was broadcast as well back in 1978 on British television. At that point, all you had was do-gooders. To be honest, didn't you? You had goody-goodies all over. You didn't really have the anti-heroes that the Liberator crew is supposed to be, and you're supposed to have a sort of slightly guilty feeling for liking them because they are against the establishment. It's the whole thing about Blake 7, Graham, that makes it twist. The Federation in this are really bad.
Well, I was only 8 when it was on, and I for a little while couldn't work out if Avon was totally bad. The way I came across thinking, you're horrible, you're not a nice person whatsoever, you're treating people like dirt, you're manipulative, you're this. But I thought it was fantastic. But he was, I couldn't work out at all. He was bad. He's
a bit like Ebenezer Scrooge, isn't he?
Yeah, he was the villain.
But that's human for you. That's humans for you. And this is where Blake 7 really, in these 2 episodes as well that we've looked at tonight, shows the human element here and the desperation that they can be in, as well as the ease of it. The crew in these 2 episodes goes through a hell of a lot in Avalon and Breakdown. They go through an awful lot.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic. And wow. Brilliant episodes.
I liked it. Is it in the early part of the episode when they're discussing about whether they're going to go through the black hole? And I think it's Avon again, isn't it? He says something about, what is it? There's no more certain. There are easier ways to kill him, but none are more certain if we try to get through the black hole. And again, it's just be nice. Weeping's horrible.
Yeah,
it's just fantastic.
We're going to be looking at scores on the teleport in just a few minutes. I'm going to be asking each of the panel for the scores out of 10. For both Project Avalon and Breakdown. If you want to give us your scores on the teleport for the 2 episodes, start putting them into the chat now while we run the VT. Before we do that, we've got Funky saying to us in the chat, Avon was a complete bastard, but likable at the same time. That was down. I think that was down to the performance from Paul, because in this episode, you can actually, I think you can sympathize with Avon, because at this point he's like, I cannot go through any more of these bloody crusades of yours, and it adds to that magic of this relationship, this love-hate thing that Blake and Avon have to their literally dying day. Spoilers. Amazing. It sets up even for when Blake's not there. It carries on. Absolutely fantastic. Right, we've had people starting to put their scores in. I'm going to start with Richard. For Project Avalon and Breakdown, 2 sets of scores. What would you give Project Avalon and Breakdown out of 10 each?
Well, I would have to say, out of all of season 1, Project Avalon is the best episode. And I will give it a clear 10. Without any shadow of a doubt. Then obviously we have my brain's just gone dumb. Next episode. Breakdown. I like it for its simplicity of set. But I also love it for the characterization, how that's done. Sorry, Gan. Yeah, we're kicking you out the door slowly but surely. Sorry. I would, if we didn't have that, I've forgotten the actor's name right at the end. If we didn't have him in the episode, then I would have said it would. Yeah, I would have given it a 7. But because he's in it and the performance he delivers, it gets an 8.5.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Lex, what are you going to give them?
Project Avalon, 10 out of 10. One thing I've forgotten to mention was Jenna had 2 costume changes in
did.
this episode. In
She
episode
did.
10, yeah.
So,
How
After the black
dare she?
hole. After the black hole scene.
Where'd that budget come from?
Yeah. And for Julian Glover being in it.
Yeah.
Because I like
Yeah.
what everything he's in. 10 out of 10.
Fabulous.
Right.
All right, Andy, your turn. Your scores on the teleport.
Right, so Project Avalon, another cracking season 1 episode, 10 out of 10 all day long. The direction was superb in this. Breakdown, I can't really top what Richard and Lex have said. Having Gillian Glover in it makes it for me. The dialogue is great in those scenes, with the interaction between those characters from the space station. Overall, not quite as strong as Project Avalon, but I'll still give it a 9.
That's fantastic. Brilliant. And Graham?
yeah, can't argue what everyone said before. Probably going slightly higher on Avalon, probably a 9. And it's funny, like what Lex was saying, with the Breakdown second part, very strong, but a little bit less, maybe an 8. Both fine. I mean, and to be fair, to be fair to Breakdown, for limited cast members, limited sets, and I mean, wow, when you think about it, it's actually probably more impressive than what I'm giving it. But no, I go for an 8. 8 for 9 for Avalon, and 8 for Breakdown.
These are great scores, I have to say, from the panel.
They're both good stories. They're both well deserved.
I hope you agree, whose views. These are great scores from the panel. I have to agree with everything that's been said by the guys here. I'm going to give Avalon a 10 because I just love it. I think it's a fantastic episode. There's everything I want from it in there. You know,
Location as well, Coach. Location. So.
Yeah.
It is, but it's just a great, as JNT used to say, it's a romp, and it gets from A to B to C beautifully. I absolutely love it. And I think Terry's fabulous rating this one. For Breakdown, because it's in 2 acts for me, I prefer the second act when Julian comes into it, and it's all about that particular thing. I would have liked the first act of getting through the prohibited zone to be a cut down a little bit. But I think you're right, Graham. I think it's down to the fact that they were cost cutting at this particular point.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. However, I still enjoy it, but I enjoy it more when Julian Glover turns up and that whole thing.
Brilliant.
I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10 for that one. So I think these are great scores. Let's get into the chat and see what they're giving them. Derek Hart is giving Avalon 8 out of 10, and then he's coming back with Breakdown with a 9 out of 10. Thank you very much, mate. That's fantastic. Rick is giving them 10 out of 10 for both of them. Funky is saying Avalon 9, Breakdown 8. Sounds like the football results now. Avalon 9, Breakdown 8. Georgia Donald is saying 8 out of 10 for both of them. Thank you, lovely. Steve Braddock is saying to us Project Avalon A, classic, 10 out of 10. Top tier Blake 7. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Brilliant. Matt and Spiel, Project Avalon gets a solid 9 and Breakdown gets 10. This is British science fiction, sci-fi as its greatest. Totally agree.
Yeah.
PTA is saying to us here, 9. All Blake 7 were top notch. That's going to be interesting when we get to series 2.
Yeah.
What we got here as well from Mark McIntosh is saying 9 for Project Avalon and 8 for Breakdown. Both good, strong stories. Steve Braddock also saying to us, Breakdown is a solid 10 out of 10, especially with all the new special effects. It's elevated it to another classic, and Julian Glover is excellent. Yeah. Funky is also saying to us here, every time I see another science fiction do Android replacement, I think that's a Blake 7 plot. Quite right too. That's how you should think about it, because that's where they got the idea. I just think I think it was just great timing, and we're quite lucky that we've come back here on Who's Views to our Blake 7 reviews with 2 outstandingly strong episodes with Project Avalon and Breakdown.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed watching them, and I watched them back to back. Time flew. Yeah, Andy, you've got a bit here that you want to tell us about. Now, let me just see if I can still zoom in from you here. Hang on a minute. Can I do this now? Will it let me now? Hang on.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, we can see, yeah.
What's this about? Tell us about this.
Right, so we've talked about the production diaries before now. This is the series A1.
Yeah.
Made by, put together by Cult Edge Publishing. Superb labour of love. and we've used quotes from the production diaries and our reviews of the.
Oh,
it's gone.
there he is. Sorry,
From
go
outer
on.
space. And I've had the production diaries for a few months. So before Christmas, I took a punt and got one of 2 magazines these guys have produced. So I picked this one up. Not cheap, to be honest, but you know, this is as thick as it's not really a magazine; it's a book.
That's a book.
That is a
Definitely.
book.
Whoa.
Wow.
So this came out winter of 2025, and you can see in the corner it says Blu-ray Special Edition. So this is absolutely jam-packed of features about the making of the Blu-ray and the documentaries and the special effects. And there's an entire section that lists every special effects shot that Chris Thompson put together.
Wow.
So yeah, you're going to mention it somewhere, Richard.
I didn't know about this book.
Yeah.
You need to call your agent.
There's a comic strip in it as well, which I've not got to yet, but I finished reading all the text stuff. And there's an overview of the history of Blake 7 on VHS, which is interesting. So I recommend this enough.
And where did you get this from as well? Let us know again where you get this.
Go online and look up a Cold Hedge Publishing. I haven't got a link to share, unfortunately.
We'll put one in the comments after the show. If you can send me the details, I'll put it in the or you put it in the comments, Andy, on the show.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. So Cold Hedge magazine, and there's what I never knew about Blake 7. I thought I knew everything, but apparently Terry Nation wrote a prologue, which was introducing Blake's character to the series, which they didn't use when they went to put it together and film it. So you know he was went to court on made-up charges of child molestation.
Yes.
Well, his character originally was meant to be a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's a little scene that was written with him being a teacher, and you join the action where he's wrapping up a class and he's teaching the kids via video screens, and he's chatting to the kids and giving them their homework, and then he goes off to find his contact. Well, they dropped that and made him an engineer, but left in the trumped up charges the administration came.
Yeah. I can understand why they dropped it though, because that would have been quite expensive.
Yeah. I guess it would have been a new set with lots of video screens. There's a painting there of what it might have looked like with all the video screens.
Hang on, let me just bring you up there again. Go on.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, look at that.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really a revelation to me. But this magazine, this book rather, has just got so much stuff in it. It's worth the money. How
much was it?
I think I paid 28, but that was with a discount, pre-Christmas discount.
Right.
So it's like the books are expensive as well, but they're a labour of love, and I don't think there's any profit in it for them.
Well, congratulations to the guys that put that together, to the team that put that together. Andy will put the details of that into the comments on this show, if you don't mind, Andy.
Yeah. If I can't get it done immediately, come back tomorrow, and I'll make sure it's there.
Stay with us. We'll put it through. Thank you so much for everybody for your chat. SM is still with us, saying that's really nice. It does look good, doesn't it? And I like the fact that the cover was also based on the old Marvel Monthly magazine, of which I had all of them until they got thrown out.
Oh dear.
Yes.
That happened to my Doctor Who weeklies all those years ago.
Well, it's a sore point to this day between me and my mother.
We've all got stories like that, haven't we? We've all got stories of things that have long since gone.
Well, it's anyway. Listen, guys, brilliant. Thank you so much for coming back and picking up where we left off for the Blake 7 reviews. Very excited. Thank you for watching, everybody in the chat as well. Next up is Bounty and Deliverance from season 1. So you've got a bit of time now. We'll be back shortly with that. So keep an eye on the show page here on the channel for when we're going to be looking at and discussing Bounty and Deliverance. We're going to be doing those as a double bill. That will take us then, of course, to episode 13, the final of season 1, which is Aurak. I wonder what that's about. That's one we're going to be doing on its own, and then it's straight into series 2. So if you've got the lovely Blu-ray box sets, as all of you do, as most of you do, you've got a bit of time now to catch up again with series 1, episodes 11 and 12, Bounty and Deliverance, and then on to Aurak, and then series 2. And before you know it, we'll be talking about series 3. I tell you, It's all going to be coming. To Richard, to Lex, to Andy, to Graham, thank you so much for being here. Great show, guys. Really enjoyed that. Hope you've enjoyed it. Giving you a bit of time now to go and watch Bounty and Deliverance and get back up to speed with those two. Don't forget to please give us a thumbs up on the channel for this video. The guys have been brilliant tonight. So have you guys in the chat. Thank you as ever. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed. Do us a share. Go on, give us a share. Share this around. Tell your friends and come and join us at Who's Views. We'll see you again very soon. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.